There's a wonderful verse in Lamentations chapter 5, the first verse. And one of the things that's wonderful about it is that it is equally true both ways you interpret it. So it says, Lord, remember what has happened to us. Look and see our disgrace. So in context, it certainly is true that the children of Israel were abused and enslaved and whatnot from Babylon. And so in that sense, the cry is true. Anything that happens to a Christian, to a child of God, you can appeal to God and send him your heart cries and say, Lord, please hear me. Please rescue me from the people that seek to harm me physically, spiritually, etc. So that's one way that disgrace happens. In other words, look at this disgraceful situation that was put on me. But we can also have self-inflicted disgrace. And in that sense, the verse is also true, because we can also ask God to rescue us and remember what has happened to us because we're sitting in our own filth. So for instance, if you, our church is preaching through 1 Corinthians, and 1 Corinthians 6, Paul tells the church in Corinth, don't you know that the unrighteous will not inherit God's kingdom? Do not be deceived, he says. No sexually immoral people, idolaters, adulterers, or males who have sex with males, no thieves, greedy people, drunkards, verbally abusive people, or swindlers will inherit God's kingdom. And he says, and some of you used to be like this. So he's saying it is an oxymoron to say there is such a thing as a continually sexually immoral Christian, a continually male who has sex with males Christian, a thieving Christian, a greedy Christian. There is no such thing. There's Christians that sin, but it's an oxymoron that would be a continuing fact. But even as you slip and fall, you can ask God, hey, help me from the filth that I just got myself into. And so maybe it's your first time, and that's becoming a Christian. Lord, get me out of this filth. I repent. Or, like David, you knew better, you fell, and you can ask him for forgiveness. Remove my disgrace. God bless.